What it do, what it is. And welcome to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already know the vibes. I've been telling y'all I was coming back. We was gonna get back to it. It was a lot of beef and whatnot, so we ain't had we was covering the beef. But we're gonna get back into this greatest rappers list. And this time we're gonna do the elements of influence and impact. What impact they have on the game and what influence they have on the game. And I got some guests with me. First off, what up, Red?
What up, man? What up? What up? How you doing today, man?
Hey, bro, another wonderful day. Another wonderful day. Then next up, Will. What up, Will?
What's going on with y'all, man?
Man, I appreciate both of y'all being here. So let's get it cracking. First, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think the difference is between influence and impact. And y'all can tell me if y'all agree or disagree. So to me, impact is I look at impact as more of what did you have on the culture? How did you push the culture forward? How did you push the industry forward? What did you when you came in? Did things change? Did you make changes to the game that other people had to follow? That's to me, that's impact. And then influence to me is did you your influence on other rappers? Not so much, not your influence on culture, but your influence on individual rappers. Like for me, the first name that pops to mind is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne influenced a lot of other rappers. So, he'd be high on the ranking for me, but we'll get into that in a minute. How y'all feel about, the difference, what I say the difference between influence and impact? Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Will?
Yeah, I slightly agree. I guess I don't know. I guess when I think of influence, for me, it's more of I think of influence you had on society.
Okay.
Totally, totality. And then when I think of your impact, I think more of what was your impact on the music industry itself. Like,
okay.
Did you change the way things were done, or did you bring a style that was copied heavily? That's more what I think of when I think of impact. So I guess mine is opposite of yours.
Yeah, I think yours is influence on people is more so about the people and not the people as not just the rappers, everybody. Compared to impact was your impact on the game and the culture.
Yeah.
And how you change things. I agree with that. Red, make me change mine. Red, what you think?
I mean, I'm on the same boat. I think influence, as far as influence extends outside the culture. As far as you influencing somebody, but it also, I think influence does extend outside the culture, but impact also, I guess it's tricky. And I guess you use both terms to, define them differently. But I think both of them are kind of interchangeable as well. But if you did want to go by that, then we could say, influence as far as inside the culture with other artists, and then impact as far as, worldwide, what you done in music and outside of music.
Okay. All right. Then this is my next question. We doing this as a group, as a team. Do y'all think we grade them together or grade them separately?
I say separately. Yeah, I was gonna say separately. Just because, not just because sometimes you can have impact on and not have influence.
Okay. 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 Red.
Yeah.
You think the same thing?
Yeah, same thing. I think
I said you.
We should.
Okay.
Influence gonna be in the culture, and then impact gonna be outside, like everything as a whole.
Okay. Cool. Red. Can you tell me somebody that had an influence on you, or that had an influence on you personally?
It's a couple people. Growing up, I was big into like people actually saying some of these raps, something, spiritual or, mental, something with a positive message. So, I mean, people off the top of my head that I could think that had that positive message would be, B.O.B. He used to have a positive message. At one point, Ace Hood changed up. He had a positive message. You got Nipsey Hussle, which he had a positive message. I remember listening to him in high school. Common, Kanye West had a positive message. So that was real big on, as far as growing up, that's the music that I tended to gravitate to. It's probably people that I'm forgetting. But then
Okay.
you got Andre 3000, of course, who Outkast and Goody Mob. You got what's the name? CeeLo Green. Shoot, he got some songs where he's speaking some truth. But then also, I got people that just different. I like people that's different. Like Young Thug comes to mind.
I was
Young Boy
waiting on you to say.
NBA.
I
Yeah,
was waiting.
Young Boy NBA is different. You know what I'm saying? Who else is different? I mean, Bone Thugs, you got them. They different. Eazy-E's different. You know what I'm saying? Just different voice or style or whatever. I respect that a lot too. So I feel like my music taste is very broad as far as that. Broad, but at the same time, like that's what I like.
All right, all right. I can speak for me personally. I would say influence for me. I would say Nelly because I never thought about Air Force Ones until Nelly came around. So Nelly, I would give that. I will also, I would say T.I. Those would be the two names I would point to for me as far as who had an influence on me and how I wore dressed and all of that. Because I started wearing polos because I seen T.I. wearing polos and hats. So I would give T.I. and Nelly both their flowers from my perspective. Will, what about you? Any people in particular stand out?
Yeah, so influence. I have a few different people. So of course the normal Lil Wayne, um, just because I see what he was doing and his age was relatively close to mine. It wasn't same age, but it was close. So I seen that it didn't really matter what your age was, you could get it. And then uh, I was influenced by, I guess, not really mainstream what we would consider good rappers. Uh, I was influenced by the guys behind them. So the Baby and Master P, the businessman.
Yep.
That was a huge influence on me because I knew they was the ones that was really getting the money, even though the other guys was talking about it. You know what I mean? So for me, it was more, man, start an empire and just have these little minions, but hey, they good. So that was the influence on me.
My person behind the scenes is Jermaine Dupri. I tell everybody, I say it all the time. When I was growing up, I wanted to be Jermaine Dupri. I thought he was the coolest dude. Plus, he had Janet, and I knew, like you said, I knew he was the one writing them songs. And of course, I'm an R&B head at the same time, so I know he was writing a lot of them R&B joints. So my behind the music is Jermaine Dupri. But like I said, in front of it would be Wayne, T.I. I mean, not Wayne, T.I. and Nelly. T.I. and Nelly. I never was. Wayne didn't influence me as much, even though I listened to him all the time. But he didn't influence me. He didn't have it.
I got another one.
I ain't about to say impact, but he didn't have an impact on me. Who's the other one?
And it was just because the movement that it might, let me think, does this align with impact more? No, it's an influence because he influenced everyone, and even people outside of the culture and outside of the whole target market he was looking at. Young Jeezy,
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
amount of the amount of steam that his movement had, you know. So that was an influence for me. And 50 Cent, as far as music went, I came from that time when 50 got real hot, you know. Uh, so yeah, and I guess towards the end of high school, I guess Kanye, you know, well, that was like middle, so yeah, Kanye had an influence, but not like on fashion or anything, just like on the way you kind of, you know, went about doing things, the way you talked and things like that.
Shoot, I got a
Now,
couple more too, man.
all right, go ahead.
Shoot, I got the Migos, man. J. Cole, Paul Wall.
Wait a minute,
Shoot.
hold on. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. What influence the Migos having on you?
Hey, nah, Migos, it was that flow. The way they were spitting when they came out, you know what I'm saying? And then they got songs to make you feel good, like Handsome and Wealthy. You know, shoot, a whole bunch of different songs. I just remember in high school just bopping to them, you know, just wrecking. Like, really, it was the flow. And, you know, they can spit and stuff like that. So, as far as influence, yeah, especially, like, if I wanted to rap, I would definitely try to emulate some of those qualities that they had. So, I'll say they influenced me.
I was getting ready
Paul,
to ask you. You was a rapper, so who who would you say you? Because obviously you're not like nobody, but who was you most similar to?
shoot, I don't even know. I was just myself. So I couldn't
Oh,
even
okay, all right.
I couldn't even say. And then as far as Paul Wall, you know, he had the grills, you know, dude, clean ass white boy, man, rapping. Every verse he seemed to put out was dope. You know, and I remember I wanted a grill for the longest time. I'm talking about, man, I was begging my mom to try to give me a grill, you know. So
And
that culture down.
that is influence right there. Because
I was gonna say
Paul
that.
Wall did have that, but I would lean towards Big Grip and them of making the grill popular with the song.
I was getting ready to ask, who do y'all give more credit to with the grills? Is it Nelly them with the song, or the Power Wow and Mike Jones them coming out of Texas? And Slim Thug too, and you see them iced out. So where you going with the song? Red, who would you give to give the credit to far as the grills?
I mean, I'm Texas all the way, so I'm going with Paul Wall. Paul Wall was on grills, you know what I'm saying, with Nelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he with Johnny Dang. I think the way they met, I think Paul Wall was like a DJ or something, but he was also selling grills already before he met Johnny Dang. Then he met Johnny Dang, you know, and it just really started popping off and stuff. So, I mean, I got to give it to Paul Wall for real. I mean, he always been about it. So,
Yeah,
he
that's what I was
riding
thinking. I was thinking I
beat.
would give it to the whole Texas, that whole screwed up clique, or Swisher House, whatever
Yeah,
they official. I was thinking I would give it more to them, even though Nelly my dog. But I think I would give it more to them because when I think of grills, I think of Mike Jones. The first person that
yeah.
pops in my head when I think of grill is Mike Jones, and then Paul Wild, and of course Slim Thug. So as far as that, when we
But
talk about,
what made grills not even national, but international was probably that song.
Yeah.
okay, so you write nationally, but I think the culture, I would argue the culture knew about it before nationally. I think Nelly made it cool for the soccer moms to get their kids grills. As a word, Paul Wow and Mike Jones made it cool for us to get grills. People that who's follow this every day.
Yeah.
Would that be
Brought
Yeah.
to pop out grills mainstream because we always knew about having a mouthful of goat teeth. That
yeah.
wasn't, that in coming up in maybe what one would consider the hood, that was normal. Some people had a mouthful of goat teeth because they ain't had their real teeth no more. It was like they had rotted
Oh,
out.
shit. Yeah.
So
But I will say it. it ain't just grills though. Paul Wall and them down south, they got slabs. They putting the little bars on their wheels and shit. Sitting sideways. They going side to side, swerving and shit. People do that all over now. So that it's just that Houston culture in general. That I feel like Paul Wall especially helped bring that to the world and everything. Mike Jones and all them. So I think that's a big influence as far as Black culture.
You talked about it. This was going to be one of my questions later, but I'll go ahead and ask it now. You talked about the Texans. That was what they brought to the culture. What city do you all think had the most influence and impact on the hip hop game, on the hip hop culture? Red?
So you go ahead.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit, that's hard, because I'm biased. Of course I'm gonna say Texas, because I see what they outside of music, I guess, relating to music, what they brought. I think Atlanta take a lot from them. So I guess current times maybe Texas, just because lean sipping, fucking grills. I mean, you kind of name it, but then at the same time, I mean, you can't forget about the big cities like Atlanta, like New York. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta had their own culture, within themselves that they kind of portrayed to the world and stuff. So, I mean, really, old age back in the day, I say New York. New age, I lean towards down south. I say down south and combine Atlanta and Texas together.
No, we're not doing that. You got to pick one. We're not the bad.
God damn! If I'm gonna pick it, I'm gonna be biased.
Because then you put Tennessee. Memphis got their thing. Florida boys do their thing. No, we're not gonna just compare the South.
Are you talking about the influence on the culture as a whole? I'm gonna go Texas.
Okay. What about impact?
As a whole, I'm gonna say Atlanta.
Okay. Will, what you think?
So the question was, which city had the most influence on the culture
and impact? Both of
them. So the most influence I'm going to give to New York. Even though at this moment, one would consider New York not really that hot for like a national scene. Like everybody ain't listening to music coming out of New York. We all listen to music coming out of Atlanta and California and Miami, places like that. But I say New York has the biggest influence because they helped usher it in, set some of the standards, and I mean, kind of got to give them credit for that. I feel like any given time they could rise back to the head of the snake. I would say New York has the biggest influence on over time, over the 50 years, maybe going 51 years now of hip hop. Impact, Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta had a lot of impact. Things Atlanta did stuck.
My bad, man.
They changed artists. They made artists switch up what they did. But yeah, Atlanta's impact.
Okay. I'm thinking we're going with the same reason. My only reason I'm going with influence as far as New York is because they started it. I don't really have no in-depth reason besides for influence going with New York because they started it. Impact, I think I would go. I'm going with Atlanta because they had an impact on the music game that made everybody else change their styles, made everybody change their flows. The very more melodic route came from Atlanta. So I would give it, because that's what everybody does now. So I would give that to Atlanta. Like I said, impact, I go to Atlanta. So we're gonna start throwing out some rappers. We're gonna start throwing out some names. We gotta give them some numbers. It's gonna be hard. I actually got a pen and paper now, so I can write all this stuff down. But I want to ask y'all let me ask y'all this before we start on that rappers. Impact, as far as clothing, who are some of the rappers that should get credit as far as clothing? And I ask that because the first name that come to mind for me is Diddy. And I said it once, I said it last time. Do we count Diddy as a rapper?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was going to say, y'all came back with yes. I really don't know how I feel about that. But I mean, y'all came back with yes. So as far as fashion, who is some rappers that impacted the game as far as fashion? And I know Diddy, besides Diddy. And Nelly, because he had apple bottom.
So like when we thinking of this, are we thinking of like people who had like clothing lines that everybody bought, or are we talking about people who had a style? Snoop Dogg, Chuck
Both.
Taylor, Fabulous, people who just had a style that people gravitated towards. Fabulous had them stupid ass headbands and shit. Had
We talking
everybody
about both.
athletically wearing headbands.
Fabulous also got everybody wearing jerseys.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I know people was doing it before, but Fabulous actually pushed it. Fabulous made jersey dresses a thing.
Don't forget throwback jerseys was a thing. And clean your closet because it's gonna come back. So
you think?
Yeah. So like for me, some rappers have more of an impact without having clothing lines. Like when I think of lines, of course, you're gonna say Jay-Z. You're gonna say Puff. You're gonna say Nelly. But Styles, Ti came out and had everybody wearing their hat like it didn't fit. Like
Adam hair like this. Adam with the hair like it.
See what I'm saying? So like people had impact on our appearance without necessarily having clothing lines. So there's a lot of different rappers who we just Jeezy, snowman shirts. Shirt got
the game with that.
You couldn't even go to school with a snowman on your shirt. Talk about Frosty. Like you made Frosty a villain. Like so like it's a true influence. That's a true impact on clothing at that point. But then these new guys, they wear all this, designer this, New York Fashion Week type stuff. And to me, that's not an impact. So I can't, because like normal people ain't dressing like that, bro. But then you go and look and you see normal people wearing big red boots and stuff. So
I mean, we don't do that, but people do. Because as far as new age, I think A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky's like a big dude in the fashion, and people follow his steps. I don't necessarily steps, but
you got Soulja Boy with the bathing ape.
Yeah, see that's influence. But I tell you the truth, bro. I ain't never went outside and seen a nigga dressed like A$AP Rocky.
They say he do, bro, up in New York and up east and other places.
Okay, maybe because of where we stay. Yeah, maybe because where we stay, it ain't quite got to here yet.
I also think it's just I can't be real. We on the back end of our hip hop current days. I guess would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I'm past the back end. It's passing me by, bro. I'm waving away at it. I'm waving by down the street, and y'all come back now.
Yeah. All right, I wanted to be nice. I ain't want to say, I'm saying we old without saying we old, but we, as far as like keeping up with the latest trends, it ain't our bag no more.
You gotta think Run DMC too. You got them with the Adidas.
Ooh. Yeah. Shell toes. They was ugly back then. They ugly today.
You can have Birdman with the goddamn Reeboks.
Oh, Birdman had the lugs. What you mean?
I was gonna say Birdman had the lugs.
But he fucked with the Reeboks too. He didn't let them wear nothing but Reebok.
Yeah, with Cash Money first hit the scene. Yeah, he had them all in Reebok. Shit, the hood was in Reeboks already because the Reebok was not get cheaper version,
I was gonna say
like
affordable.
affordable version of shoe everybody can get their hands on. Plus they drop mad colors and shit. So yeah, he just
I don't
kind of
know,
rode the wave on that one.
and I don't know if you said it, but Master P, uh, it's a couple of them. I mean, Tiger, the many ones that I could think of, like YG, Tiger, they got their own clothing brands, but everybody's starting to do that now. But those the prominent ones. Lil Wayne had Truck Fit. Uh, Everybody's starting to have. I think that's just they merch. They can make more money nowadays. But I
But
mean,
that
as far
all
as
that all started from Jay Z, even though when Jay and Puff released that
Yep.
Rockaware. I mean, we had FUBU and stuff before that, but like for like a major rapper to come out and be like, "Hey, this is me," like this is, you go get that just so you can be like, "Shit, I feel like I dress like Jay Z would dress." So, I'm dressing in the Sean Johns top of the line. It go with my Jordan. She can't say nothing about nothing I got on. So
you got to add Pharrell too. He got Billionaire Boys. That's pretty big. And Bape. He be collaborating with Bape. So
we used to. There was a few of them. Nietzsche. Uh, we used to rock that back in the day.
I
I
remember
think
Nietzsche.
and then we used to put that a cool on.
that's T.I., ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
True Religion had they run. So like all those brands got their shine from artists talking about them or wearing them. So they in music in general just influences everything we do, and I guess fashion is no different.
I think influence and impact is for me. I know we talked about mixtapes previous. We're gonna talk about albums at some point, but I think for you to be really a great rapper, you had to influence people to, not maybe not, well, think like you, dress like you, act like you. You had to have an impact on the game. I think it's more so to be a great rapper, to be considered one of the greatest rappers. You have to have both of these things, but you can't just be very lyrical. Yeah,
So
your music's got to be there too. But these, had you move the culture? Did you shift the culture? I think that's got to be valued into this conversation. What you about to say?
so you would say if thinking the way I'm thinking when you said that made me think of one artist in particular was Nelly. It made me think that Nelly had a great influence, but not much of an impact. So would he still be considered great?
I mean, we doing this list to find out.
Let's see.
Nas wasn't too big in fashion and shit, but he's still one of the
say.
greats.
I was gonna say you gonna have artists like Nas who or well, I was gonna say Biggie, but he had the Coogee sweater, so let me not say Biggie. But we can go back a generation before, or like Rakim. Yeah, Rakim was very lyrical, but what was his influence on the rap game?
Right.
Well, I would say his impact. His influence is heavy because those early rappers, your Jay-Z and your Nas, they all point to Rakim. But
and those guys had hellified influence too, because that music came out. You go back and look at the videos, they had everybody dressing like them. LL had influence at the Wazoo, had Kango, or Kango, you know. So those old guys had influence too.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up LL because it's a some point that I was going to talk about as far as impact on music. Because at one point, dudes was just out here rapping, they was partying, but which rappers changed music? And I think of LL because he was one of the first ones to do love songs. I think of NWA because they make gangster music a thing. I think of your T.I. and your Jeezy because they make trap music a thing.
I even say Andre 3K, he had a style in fashion and as far as music.
Yeah, I would think of
Andre 3000. I love him, but I looked at him like I guess I look at ASAP. I ain't like you fashionable. like high fashion. Like that shit ain't for the streets.
I don't know. I think you got people like Smino now, and different artists that kind of encompass that. I
But
think
yeah, the cultures changed. In my
yeah,
days, it wasn't for the streets.
yeah,
Nowadays, I do see people dressed a lot differently, freely. I don't know why you want to describe it, but in my days, you came outside looking like that, you was going right back in.
even as far as music, I don't think you would have somebody like a Kendrick without an Andre 3000. Just because, as far as like the way he did his albums, the abstractness of some of the songs that he had. I don't
Yeah,
think you've seen a lot of artists, go out and do shit like that. As far as
yeah,
just being abstract as fuck, like Tyler the Creator, where it's just like, dang, I wouldn't even have thought to do that. That's very artistic.
right.
Yeah, I think Andre 3K had a lot of influence. I don't know if he had a major impact. I think he had a big influence in the hip hop game. Uh, but no, like I said, I thought of LL Cool J with the love songs. I thought about NWA with the gangster music. Is there any like genre or anything that I'm missing or that y'all can think of?
You said trap music.
Yeah, I gave that to Jeezy until, of course, Gucci. Let me not leave out Gucci. Let me not leave out Gucci. I think Snap music, I would point that to Lil Jon, but he don't really rap. So
Oh, shit. I'm trying to think of another. You got to put in the hip hop R&B infusion. Uh, Nelly did really good at that.
Would you say Nelly or
Nelly, who?
Ja Rule? Who did that?
Oh, Ja Rule.
I was going to say, I would think Ja Rule
No,
would
no,
have
Jock
it.
was just goofy.
You said
Comedian.
what?
Jock was goofy with it a lot of times.
I think he said Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. Ja Rule.
He said Ja Rule.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
he
not
said
Ja.
Jock at first too. I was like, Jock, niggas going down. Jock was the.
No, no,
Yeah, I said that man goofy as hell.
no. I was talking about Ja Rule. That's why, like you said, mixing the R&B. I guess I don't. Not many rappers do it, but mixing the rock and hip hop, I would think of Tech Nine. I know Lil Wayne had an album, so I give him some on that. But I
uh,
think I lean
oh,
towards
like
Tech.
the rock star.
We are not putting the Shop Boys. For one, they
Shot
agree.
boy.
I'm not putting the Shop
Beastie
Boys on
Boys.
this.
Shot
They
boy.
they agree. We're not doing that. Also, I want to say it. I gotta say his name. We gotta put Eminem because he had an impact on. He had an impact on the game. He also had influence. When y'all say,
Yeah, he had impact. Um,
you
he
ain't
had
rocking with the influence.
influence. He had an influence because he got ears that maybe not have been listening before, and he got all type of people up in arms. So that he had an influence, and his impact. He made new school rappers want to be something like Eminem. So he fits um, both of the qualifications for me. But I think you would have to give a category to white rappers um, also.
Uh, I was gonna say, but who will we give that credit to? Did I put it? Because
Man, I got no comment on Eminem, bro.
well, you about to give Eminem a grade. So it's time to start passing out numbers here. So since we here, let's start off with Eminem. As far as impact, and I ain't I'm doing this adding in my head, so I don't need y'all to do no 0.5s or nothing. You try to give me whole numbers. As far as impact, what would you give Eminem? Will?
Impact Eminem had a 10 because
Yeah.
all the white rappers after Eminem tried to be like Eminem.
Okay. All right. Red, 1 to 10. Eminem.
This is just in the white rapper category.
No, it's overall on the hip hop game.
Shoot, I'm gonna give him a 0.5 out of 10.
So that's disrespectful. That's
I'm gonna
like, come
give him
on, bro.
a. You know
Come on.
what? Just because it's Eminem, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give him like a 4.
Okay, I'm going with Will. I'm gonna give him a 10. So that's 24 for him.
You giving him a 10?
Let me ask you, Red, real quick. Red, real quick. Have you listened to now? Let me say this and clear this up. I have a hard time going back and listening to music before I was a fan of hip hop as much as I was when I was at the height. So, but have you ever went back and listened to some of the the Eminem, like not the first Eminem, but like right after he got with Dre and them?
Yeah, I listen to him, man. I listen to him with Jay-Z, with Renegade. He got some hard songs. It's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he does go in. He got, as far as like wordplay and I can't necessarily say lyricism for me. As far as wordplay and cadence and all that, dude is he's up there. You know, and if we was just saying that, you know, I would say you know, I would say he's like at the top of the top. But as far as like influence and me personally and impact, nah, I can't jive with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I get that. You entitled to your opinion, and I
yeah.
think it's a good one. It's yours. So
Like I said, another categories, yeah, but as far as like impact and stuff, like yeah, white rappers want to be like him, but like I feel like as far as black artists and even other, you know, Paul Wall ain't trying to be like no damn Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Or
Okay,
you know, it's a
I think
couple other ones.
that would be more leaning towards influence. Impact is what he did to the game. So I think if we looking at impact, what he changed the game. That's what he did.
You think he changed the game?
Oh yeah, and he moved the game. Eminem, I have a hard time with Eminem because a lot of people, to me, a lot of people overrank Eminem, and then especially you have these conversations with a bunch with white dudes. They act like Eminem's the best thing since sliced bread, and that's just not the case. But being unbiased with the situation, Eminem had a major impact on hip hop.
I mean, maybe as far as
Like Will
selling
said,
records, but
yeah, but I mean that's what we're talking about. What's his impact on the game? He sold the records, and like Will said, he put hip hop in the eyes of people that never whose parents wouldn't let them get into hip hop.
I see what you're saying, but you still going he got crossover records. You still gonna have crossover records. You know, you got rock and hip hop. That's been around since the beginning. People putting rock and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got Run DMC putting Aerosmith, you know, to songs and shit like that. You know, as far as emo shit, maybe as far as that emo shit and stuff like that. But you know, you got people that came before him that already did that stuff. So yeah, he's just doing it in his own way, you know, making it big, but at the same time, like this, it's not like, oh, he the one who, you know, did this, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you still got people like, what's his name, the Ghetto Boys, you know, with that abstractness, with that, you know, kind of emo rap a little bit, with, you know, Minds Playing Tricks on Me. They came before him, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just, the, you know, that's the way I look at it as far as like, you know, influence. It's like, all right, you the first to do it, or you did it the best, or whatever. But I can't say that for me personally, you know what I'm saying? As far as Eminem, I just say that he's a white rapper that white dudes could relate to. And, you know, he brought that white crowd in. But shit, for the black people, shit, I ain't, for, you know, yeah, he got nice songs. I like a decent amount of his songs, but it ain't necessarily for me. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the point. That's why I gave him a 10 on impact. Because you just said it. He brought the white crowd in. He made an impact on hip hop. That's why you give him a 10. Because he made the impact on hip hop. But all right, let's talk about Eminem as far as influence. Will, what would you give him as far as influence?
um, influence to me, like I said before, influence means how the society as a whole adapts to what you're doing and try to be like you. Um, Again, Eminem has a high grade on that just because he had mobs of kids dying, bleaching their hair blonde. You
Yeah.
know, I went to school at the time when Eminem was at the height of his career. And, he had kids like writing hate records to their parents and shit. So like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a solid 10 because I can't do a 9.5, so I can't
Yeah,
give him a
we know
9.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going 10 as well. Red, what are you gonna give him?
Hey, so just to clarify, we saying impact is as far as in the code, like just as amongst rappers, and then influence. Like, which one we doing?
Basically, that's what it is. Impact is what was your impact on the music industry, or the industry you was in, and influence is what was your impact on society as a whole.
All right, so as far as influence, man, I give him a 6.
Okay, so that's 26.
Yeah,
All right, that's 26.
politicians up there discussing this music and shit,
Yeah,
like NWA.
that's what I said. All right, let's go. Lil Wayne. What would you give Lil Wayne as far as impact? Will?
I give Lil Wayne a 10 in impact. Just look around the game now, and that's you answer it yourself. Ask them who they want to be like, who when they kid, who they looked up to when they grew up, and when they was growing up.
Yeah, I'm going 10 as well. Red, what you give Wayne as far as impact?
It's a 10.
You said a 10?
Yeah, 10.
All right. Red, what about influence for Lil Wayne? I'm going 10 as well, as far as influence.
Yeah, that's a 10. I mean, he got people skating. He also did a lot of them crossover records, got white people, peeping it and stuff. Went into the rock, went into the pop, went into the R&B, went into all the genres, you know what I'm saying? So that's a blueprint right there. So yeah, 10.
All right, Will, influence.
Red
For
just
Wayne?
convinced me. Red convinced me. I would question it. Shit, he sold me that like a used car. That was nice. Wayne need to hire you, bro. Nah, but for real though, I mean, yeah, he had a long list of achievements, and I listened today. I was listening to Lil Wayne with Imagine Dragons, so to show you his reach of different people he reached with his music. So yeah, Lil Wayne gets a 10 for me.
All right, so that is 30. All right, it's a name we didn't say, but I put him second on this list when I was writing down the names because for me, Tupac had a major influence and impact because every rapper points to Tupac. The new age rappers now point to Wayne. The Wayne and time frame point to Tupac. So I think, and then let's be real, man. The fact that Tupac was releasing so many albums after he died was just, to me, is a thing. But so let's start with impact. I'm giving Tupac a 10. Will, what would you give Tupac?
Well, yeah, Tupac on impact most definitely gets a 10. And I'm not like a Tupac fanatic or nothing like that. I like some of the songs. I'm not like going deep in his catalog or anything like that. But yeah, he gets a 10 on impact because honestly, the slogan, I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, that's Tupac.
That is Tupac. Red, what you gonna give Tupac as far as impact?
Again, impact is in the culture, right? Not outside.
Yeah, impact's in the music, yeah, in the industry. It's like
in the music, I'm gonna give him like, man, y'all gonna get on me for this. I give him like an 8, cause I know your favorite rappers, but you had like a couple of them at the time, like Scarface.
Yeah.
Some people could go all the way to the opposite end of the coast to Biggie. So you got a lot of people that also was bringing in influence and stuff from different areas. That's the only reason why I give him an 8. But
but my only pushback with that is you don't got to take. I wouldn't take points away from him because other people was able to do the same thing. That's all I would say. As far as people got influenced by Biggie and it was Biggie impacted the game. But that don't take shine away from Pac what he was able to do. At least for me, I don't look at it like that. But influence, what would you give Tupac, Rick?
As far as actually not allowed, let me give him a 9 just in the culture. For the last one, I give him a 9 just because the movie shit. Because I feel like somebody like that, to go to acting, I feel like that influenced a lot of other rappers to get more into acting. Now you do got Ice-T and you got LL Cool J, but I think Pac was a big part of that, seeing them in movies and be successful in that. So I give him
But
a 9.
that's something I didn't think about, the impact they had on as far as getting other rappers into acting. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, now as far as outside the culture, goddamn man, just his story and how he was and because they say he wasn't even really a hood dude like that. So I got to give him a 10, man. He probably the blueprint for a lot of these young niggas. Well, nah, these young niggas be real now.
No, they're
Shit,
not. No, they're not. No, they really not.
some of them they be killing and shit, man. They be in that life.
All right.
But
You said a 10. Will, what you gonna give Tupac as far as influence?
As far as influence, I give him a solid 10.
Okay.
He had and for me, the reason I give him 10 is the movie stuff. His crossover ability. Again, he had politicians up in arms. He was being discussed in big circles that when you make it there, they talking about you there. You're doing something. And then he had a whole bunch of cats getting nose rings and shit. You feel me? So like whenever you make a body altering decision because you see it on a rapper, oh man, he got an impact on you. He influencing you. So yeah, I would give Tupac a 10. We got niggas right now still with holes in their nose.
This is true. All right, we're gonna make these next ones a couple kind of quick. 50 Cent. Will, what you give him as far as impact?
Impact, I don't give him a high impact, probably about 7.
Okay. Red?
yeah, I'm with him.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm with him just because he did come out. He came out hard and shit. But then what he doing now? I mean,
He's in the game, ain't trying to be like 50.
Bruh, okay, but see, that's why I keep going back and forth. Being like somebody is to me is influence. Impact is what you did to the industry and how you moved the industry, the whole game shut down when 50 was coming out. But nobody listening to that. He impacted Ja Rule's career.
I think that's where we keep hitting this fence. I see it as differently. I see his influence, his impact on was after he rapped, while he was rapping, the niggas come out and try to be 50. Like he impact the game to make it where there was 50 clones or everybody was doing what 50 was doing. And I wouldn't say necessarily that was the case. I mean, but his influence, that's society. That's like in totality, the things he did and said that people listen, did they follow that? So yeah, we follow his lead when he killed Ja Rule. We let him be dead. So I think that's where I keep hitting the wall.
Okay, so I think hold on. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these two together because it is kind of like it's getting hard to differentiate between the two. So we're going to, but instead of 1 through 10 like we did, I do want to get this a little something different. So let's do 1 through 15.
Okay.
Let's do 1 through 15. So we're gonna go over these real quick so we can change them. Eminem, what would you give, Will? 1 through 15.
13.
Okay. I'm still gonna give him the full thing. Red, what would you give him?
Should I give him a 11?
Cool. So that puts him at 39. All right, Wayne. We gave Wayne the perfect score the first time. We still doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then we did the same thing for Tupac. Yeah, still cool with that?
I give him a 14.
I give him 15.
All right, cool. So 44 for Tupac, 45 for Wayne, 39 for M. Okay, let's do 50 Cent. I'm gonna give him 50 Cent. Yes, he didn't have the clone situation, but he changed hip hop. Like G Unit was So I'm still. I'm gonna give him a 13. Will, what you say? What you say?
I'm gonna have to give 50. I gave him this. So I would probably say it's gonna be about 13. And that's because of his influence. He was able to get deals with like Coca-Cola and then able to produce TV shows that influence that the culture just can't let go of.
Okay. Ray, what you gonna give him?
He said 12 or 13.
He said 13.
Shoot, I give him a 12. But I'm with him on that. Just as far as influence, as far as rapping, man. Yeah, like he said, ain't nobody trying to rap like 50, but he did do his thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We talked about Jeezy earlier. What would you give Jeezy on 1 through 15, Red?
God damn it. Man, I'm a Gucci man person, so I do understand, the white tees and everything. He's a part of that culture. I don't know who the first person was to rock the white tees and bring them in. Man, I give him a 10.
All right. Will?
I give Jeezy a 12. His
I was
influence,
thinking the same.
yeah, his influence is crazy.
But I think as far as impact, I mean, ain't nobody really. I don't see what people trying to rap like Jeezy. I think he's very unique in his his sound, the way he rap and everything. But
Yeah,
you also you said what? Hello?
I'll give him a second.
there we go. All right. Nelly. We talked about Nelly with the grills. I talked about Nelly with the Air Forces. What y'all think?
13.
Okay. Red.
God damn. I give him a 12, man.
It's 25.
Just cause of that country shit, bro.
25. Damn, I was about to say 11, but you did say the country shit. So I'm gonna go up to 12 to 24, 37. Damn, Nelly scored higher than Jeezy. I mean, yeah, higher than you upper with 50. All right, 37.
As far as singing, as far as singing, as far as that singing rapping style, I think people tried to emulate that more than they tried to emulate Jeezy's flow. And then if you think about influence and like you said, the forces, the grills, the little band-aid on the face and shit. I mean, they're trying to be like Nelly, you know what I'm saying? And
it's making me want to change my score.
And then think about it this way: you go to a party today, you might hear a Nelly song before you're gonna hear a Jeezy song at any party, black, white. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I went up. So 30 instead of 37,
Nelly got. You gotta remember, Nelly had girls walking around with dog hair on the hood, so they coats.
That's a good point. All right, T.I. What would you give T.I.? I'm thinking I'm thinking kind of low, but what y'all thinking? Will?
I think. Oh shoot!
I give T.I. 12.
See, I don't think it's gonna be that high, and I love T.I., one of my favorite rappers. My five favorite rappers, T.I. my top 5, but I don't think I'm giving that high. Will said a 12. Red, what you say?
Man, I think an 11 just because I think if you're not in the T.I., you're not in the T.I. But if you into him, you're going to be influenced by him, you know what I'm saying? As far as influence, because, he does have a message. He does do his thing. He said he created the trap music. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? I give him like an 11.
All right, you said 12.
And wasn't nobody yelling trap music until T.I. did it.
All right, I'm gonna give him a 10. Because part of the I'm giving a 10 is because we all scored everybody kind of high. But also, I think yeah, he did the trap music, but what else do you point to? T.I. had an impact on me, but I'm trying to think of it as unbiased. What is his impact on other people?
Actually, he had clothes, so I will have to change my score to like a 12. Just
T.I.
because
was a T.I. was a he did movies, he did TV, he did reality TV. I
yeah, but
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like he's like a neat, like if you fuck with him, you fuck with him. His movie roles is kind of small. He don't really do. I
not
mean,
an
damn, he
ATL.
do got
ATL.
ATL, don't he? He do
Yeah.
So
got
say
ATL.
And then the
ATL is a
movie
classic.
and then the movie with about the chicken spot with Mike Epps on Netflix. I seen that. That was good. That was called though.
All
Yeah,
right.
he do got more impact than I thought. You know what I'm saying? I think, and one thing I do like that he doing, he trying to, even though he got his little accent and shit, he try to use big words, show that a rapper could be intelligent even no matter where you from. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
then big words make that nigga look stupid.
Because sometimes it look like he be reaching. Like if you just because you know big words all the time, don't mean you should use big words all the time.
Exactly.
And
he ain't
again,
lying, but
I love yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't know if necessarily it always
I like
equates
where
to.
he going with that.
I'm gonna take a point away. Give a nigga 11 for the big words.
All right, so now he's back down to 33. He was to 34. All right, Master P.
Man, I'm gonna have to give P like a 14.
I was thinking the
Just
same thing, but
yeah, just because I know he had an impact on the way music was done, as far as the amount of music people were putting out and the amount of time. P had an impact on different brands, like different categories, I should say. He reached out and did different things after he stopped rapping, stopped with the music. So yeah, I got to give P a high score. Um,
he was the
I
first to do
wouldn't,
movies too.
I wouldn't necessarily say people wanted to rap like P because of it, but
Yeah,
they wanted the success of Master P. They wanted to
I
be
was gonna
the
say
man.
the way he contributed to the culture ranks him up high because everything he did and what people seen. And like I said, he was one of the first ones to do movies. He with the I Got the Hookup. So you said 14. I'm gonna go with 14 as well. So that's 28. Red, what you think?
Man, 13, just because that man quality be ass, man. I'm just saying, bro.
And still put him at a 41.
I mean, I'm
Tell you
rank him high, like you said, because he do got influence. Music-wise, the shit mixed and mastered terribly. Motherfucking movie-wise, the shit is corny as hell.
Yeah, it was a
Motherfucking,
different time. It was a different time,
I
bro. You
mean,
had to be there. Like,
I want the quality to be there. Even rap snacks, nigga. Get somebody professional to do them goddamn graphics, nigga. Come on, dog.
hey, let the nigga. You got the snack game on lock. I'll tell
You
you this
do.
though. At this point, I'll be honest. If I went to go vote for president and independent Master P, I might give him a vote.
P getting the vote.
He
Oh
get the
man, P
vote.
getting the vote.
Make that your headline. P for president.
Hey, I
Because
would do it too.
I don't know
they
about
say,
that one.
hey, the reason they voted for Trump was because what? He was a good businessman. That's all you ever heard.
I don't know about that one.
And nigga P
All right. What about Diddy?
president. P stand for president. Nigga.
Man, Diddy, man, shit.
What we saying? What we doing with Diddy?
Ah man, I can't write it, bro. I can't do it. My heart
Yeah,
won't
I'm
let
about to
me.
say the same thing. He about to get a lot of points taken off for the nastiness, man, the foulness.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's still the influence you have in our society. So your influence is turning
Point.
negative. So with your influence turning negative, then if it keep going down, then your
All right.
score is gonna eventually get into the negative, even if you did have an impact on the way music is done today.
All right. So 0 for Diddy. LL Cool J.
I give LL like an 8. I don't like a 9.
We complete opposite. I'm going 15.
I'm going 15 just because the old heads will tell you LL was that dude. Everybody want to be LL. Ladies
Yeah.
love LL. He was one of the first people on acting. And then you got to think, like, man, shoot, this dude at Pepsi, bro, he called himself LL Cool Drake because he loved fucking,
Yeah, dog. I'm
man.
going out. LL. All right.
Yeah, let me explain that. Why can I explain that? I mean, I just a 9. I got to be able to say what's up with that. So, all right, this is the reason I give LL a 9 because its impact on the rap industry didn't have longevity. So, like the new guys aren't reaching back saying, "Oh, I'm about to style my style like LL."
I think one could be Drake.
I mean, yeah, but Drake picked up his singing from I mean, he got some of it from LL. Nobody can't say if you sang to ladies on the rap track, you didn't get it from LL too. But you know, that's it. Like, and then I guess you said everybody copied Drake, so in essence, everybody's copying LL. But I changed it to 10. Then I guess. Uh,
All right, so that put him at 40.
Yeah, there you go. South.
40. All right. Nas.
Man,
No, y'all go first because when I go, I realize I need to be persuasive.
man, you know, it's crazy because inside the culture, I'm gonna give him the highest score inside the culture because he set that bar for lyricism. You know, as far as content, you ain't gotta be a head dude to do that. But as far as outside the culture, man, I don't think his positivity and his message, you know what I'm saying, in his music. So, you know, huh?
The problem I'm having with Nas is if I'm being honest, the score is low. But I know Nas, once I start adding all this up, Nas' numbers should be higher.
Actually, nah, fuck it. He done made some smart ass business decisions recently. So outside the culture, the motherfucker is getting his bread up, you know, as far as investing.
Did those business decisions change the culture or impact the culture?
Yeah, a little bit. It's gonna show other people, other rappers that make money. You could invest in startups, invest your money wisely, and you know you can continue to be successful and everything. That's what I take from it. You know.
Okay.
Doesn't he have Mass Appeal too or something?
I think he had something to do with it. Yeah.
I give him an 11.
I was going to 8, but I give him a 9 because you said 11.
I give him an 11 just because I know, like in his time, like you couldn't breathe a bad word about Nas, you know. So like, I get it because I lived it. So yeah, I give him an 11. Plus, I was gonna give him 10, but I gave him an extra point for business. I know he made a lot of money. Streaming startup, so for him to be able to capitalize on that and show other people that they can capitalize on things too, like Red said, you got to give him, the credit for that.
Yeah. So you said 11. Red, what you say?
Shoot, I go 12.
Okay, so that's okay. That's 23. I'm gonna give him a 10. And the reason I'm gonna give him a 10 is because that first album. Because everybody talked about how great that first album was, and like you said, back in his time. All right, so that's 33. You said the name Drake. What we giving Drake?
I'm giving Drake a 14.
Okay. Red.
Same, man.
Okay, so, man, I'm gonna give him a 13, so I put him at 41.
If you give him a 13, I give him a 15.
Man, we ain't doing that. Just because
bro, for real, quit you trying to shave points on Drake, nigga. You was the first thing I know to mention Drake, nigga. You should look. I'm giving Drake a 10. Nigga,
I'm
I don't
not
let no recency bias influence your decisions.
hold on. You know why Drake is getting deducted points?
Why?
You. Because of you. Because you said, all right, well, I mean, because it goes back to LL Cool J at the end of the day. So why am I giving Drake these points? That's really LL Cool J's points.
So to give LL another point.
And that's if LL should have 16. He should. So I'm going with the same score. Drake he still got a 44. He only 4 out from the hat. All right. Red said his name a couple times, so I'm gonna give him points. Andre 3 Stacks.
Man, Andre 3000. I mean, I wouldn't even. I don't know, but shit, I'm gonna give him a.
No one said his name.
I would want to do Dungeon Family as a whole, man. Goody Mob, Outkast, man. I give him a 15.
We're not giving him big boys points. We're not giving him CeeLo Green points. What are you giving Andre 3000?
And Andre 3000, man, as far as actually, I would kind of rank him high, man, just because, like I said, he got a style that a lot of people, from Tyler the Creator, Kendrick Lamar, Smino, fucking J. Cole, they all try to do that abstract shit now. You know, as far as that neo soul. So I rank him pretty high. I give him like a 12.
All right.
12.
What you gonna give?
I'll give him 12 just because his style, his fashion style was being mimicked to this day. People got that wild style with people like Cam Newton and stuff like that. And then he walked away from rap, and when he walked away, he was that was still pretty high. Everybody wanted more music, so
Okay.
people yearning for him still.
All right, you can give him a 12. Red gave him a 12. I'm gonna give him a 10. So it's 34. Kanye West. I'll give Kanye a 14.
15.
Okay.
10, all the music was good at the beginning. His impact on society hasn't been great over the last 6 or 7 years.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. All right. You're making me rethink my grade, my number, but I'm gonna stick with it. We're gonna go with 39.
Write it out.
I mean, I don't think his impact being great. I think if you know something stupid, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
good point. We know Kanye off the wall stuff.
I mean, but he still has he's still influential. But I mean, if you're dumb enough to fall into that or not formulate your own opinions, then that's on you. You know, I don't think he's like. I mean, actually, he do got a case on him now, but shit, that nigga crazy. I still give him a 15.
Hey, the best way to sum it up, Kanye, bro, that nigga crazy, bro. That nigga gonna do him.
If you think long enough, you would probably find reasons to deduct points. So no, let's just move it on because Kanye.
Ain't nobody beating his interviews though, bro. You gonna get a good laugh out of that shit.
Hey man, that's gonna be the last one for the night.
Jay-Z,
you get a good laugh talking to a crackhead too.
Okay, Jay. My bad. We'll do Jay. We'll do Jay real quick, then we're gonna get out of here. What you say, Red? You brought him up. What you gonna give Jay?
Man, I gotta give Jay a high score, man. Just cause the old heads like him. He ain't my favorite, but I understand, the impact that he's had on the culture as a whole, man. He's a blueprint. We ain't do Diddy. Gotta do Jay-Z. Even though they kind of different, but the same at the same time. Gotta give him like a 14.
Okay. Will, what you think?
Oh man, I'm gonna give him a 15. Just because the way he did it and brought other people, that whole mass record label feel with him.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. I thought that was cool. So I'm gonna give Jay a 15, and he had great longevity, crossover music. movie, music, yeah. And business wise, you got to give them like 3 or 4 points for business.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna give them, because of business. I'm giving them 15. The business that even though sometimes the business is a little shaky with other people, but I'm gonna give them 15. So that put them at. Red, you said 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it gives him 44.
What about Gucci Mane? That man got a lot of influence, man.
Yeah. I give
He didn't
Gucci
usher
a 13.
You said what?
I give Gucci a 13.
Yeah, I give him a 13 too, because shoot, he didn't usher in a lot of artists, mentored
Hey,
him,
I seen a list today though that said like 6 of Gucci's artists is dead or in jail, and I was like, damn,
13,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's wow.
I'm gonna give him a 12. So that put him at 38. All right, Red, don't say no more rappers' names. We're gonna get up out of here.
All right, man.
Look, if you think of some more, send them a text. I'll send them the wheel, then we'll break. But Red, I appreciate you joining me.
Man, thank you, man.
Hey, Will, I appreciate you joining, as always, my brother.
No problem, man. You know what's up.
All right, man. Thank y'all for listening to Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already know the vibes. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one.